Quick wins to increase Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales. My name's Jeremy Leduc, and I am with Erwin Siegel here, and we are super excited to share with you some really quick tips. This will be fast because we know everybody's really busy, but these are such great tips that we have culminated over the years that we definitely wanted to share them before we jump into Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So let's jump in and talk about what's happening today and why Black Friday, Cyber Monday is going to be so important. We all know, of course, this year is different. But one thing I want to point out is it's different because several reasons, not just because everybody's adopted online sales. We all know that, right? But just keep in mind that, I want to point out this graph where people also, they want to be communicated to differently, right? They're willing to take on new technology, all in addition to wanting to buy more online because that's more convenient for them. And what does that really equal? That's customer experience, right? That's a great customer experience. And we all know that consumers are looking for a great experience as well as a great product. So with that, I can't help but stop and pause and point out how significantly different this holiday season is going to be. If we could go to the next slide. This is an amazing graph from Forrester that just truly shows, they call this, the great acceleration, the period we're in because of everything that's happened. And Forrester here says that we're seeing 10 years of growth in the last 3 months. So that giant lift at the end there, that's when everything, that's when everything occurred. So with that, we all know we need to really hunker down and have an amazing 2 months. And Erwin and I are here to talk about that. So I'm going to take just a couple more minutes and talk about some of the real key takeaways that we've seen over the years that have really helped our retailer clients. And then Erwin's going to jump in and talk about some additional tips. So the first thing to think about is consumers fear stock is going to sell out quickly because we've all seen, right, that cars and kids' bikes have all been at a shortage this year, and we all know that's that things have been delayed. So with that, you got to keep in mind you should really start planning now. November will be a stronger month for most retailers than it's ever been before. So really, you got to start now, and you got to think about Christmas and holiday sales starting now. So similarly, there's probably going to be less discounted products this year because manufacturers have produced less stock. So keep those two things in mind. Really get out there early, get out there now, and understand that holiday sales have really started now. Now, one thing to take advantage of all that is you could say things like buy now while stocks last, and you could really take advantage of that environment out there where people fear there's not enough stock. So that's something we've seen a lot of. We've helped a lot of our clients get that kind of messaging out there, and we know it's gonna work well. So number 4 is one thing you got to keep in mind is you don't want to get rid of all your margin this holiday season, right? And so one thing we've really noticed that always works really well is really select a small set of products to discount, right? That way you're drawing people into your store, and once you draw them in with that small set of products, they usually pick up other things, and those full price products will offset the discounted products, and that way you can keep some of your margin this holiday season and really have a great season. So lastly, I want to point out that there's very likely going to be very high demand, right? So what does that mean? That means demand's probably going to be pretty strong now all the way through December. So one of the things you could focus on now is your lowest hanging fruit, and that's your customers. So don't forget your current customers, are really your best customers to reach out to right now and focus on. So with that, Erwin, I want to bring you in, introduce you, say welcome, and hand it over to you with some more great tips.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. This was really great. A couple of slides. The stats are amazing, exciting for the e-commerce world. as we have seen the Forrester research study that showed that the growth will be in the next 3 months, or has been in the past 3 months, as strongly. Wow, it's like nothing better than having, as a retailer, an online presence. And this is something that we want to help you accelerate that and to ride on the wave. So we have put together 5 points or 5 tips, if you will, to show you how to move and how to accelerate your e-commerce presence in this time. And as Jeremy mentioned, Black Friday and Cyber Monday is coming up, but actually these tips that we are going to share with you are relevant, I think, throughout the year, but especially before this huge sales season that's coming up now. So number one, we are going to look at how to make your site search smarter. So the e-commerce search is something vital. As you know, it's the most visited link on your site. Secondly, we are going to see how we can understand your customer's intent. Also how to use machine learning and AI for better customer experience. And then number 4, we are going to show you how to use virtual merchandising and highlighting your promotions. And lastly, we're going to take a look at something that goes beyond search and beyond your just site. We are going to look at how to drive more traffic to your site using search. And this is something that's amazing to see. So firstly, number 1, how to make your site search smarter. There is a really great tool out there called Celebros. And of course, we are from Celebros. We have great experience with site search technologies that are on the market. We have found, and external, internal research has also shown that the Celebros concept-based approach is something that's unmatched. We have a natural language processing search. We have that algorithm also coupled with a learning capability. So we have built in artificial intelligence. We have also a concept-based technology which helps you understand your customer's intent. So here, what we are looking at is the Celebros NLP instant search or instant NLP search. As you could see, the products are updating as you type. So your customers will really appreciate that when they look for something really quickly on your site and they get instant results. So this is really great and useful. And you can see all the results are highly relevant. Another thing is right below your search box, oftentimes you have just text showing up. But here with the Celebros interactive product recommendations tool, you have not just search queries show up, but also your customers have now the possibility to just get a set of recommendations for each of these recommended search queries that are here on the left-hand side, and just mouse over shows you a set of recommended products. So this is really highly rated tool. It has a great conversion rate. In some cases, the conversion rate is like 10% and above for this tool alone. So this is a really useful tool. Your customers will really, your online shoppers will really appreciate that. Having that on the home page, having that on a product detail page or any other page on your site, this drives engagement. It makes your site come alive. Number 2, understanding your customer's intent. So this is oftentimes a real problem with any search technology out there, but for somehow the Celebros engineers have managed to break here this code or decode this problem. When you search for table in a regular store, and probably your store as well, if you search for something very simple, like in this case, table, will your site search return table lamps or tableware or tablecloth or vases for table? If that's the case, you can rest assured that your customers are also frustrated seeing this. So if you search for a table, your site search must understand the intent behind the keyword. And the intent is not showing table lamps if you search for tables, but rather showing just all kinds of tables. So this is something that the Celebros AI search has a built-in knowledge about that, because it has access to the dictionary. It knows each word, what it means, if it's a noun, pronoun, adjective, or verb. So this is a really huge, it's a huge addition to increasing your conversion rate. So here, another example, understanding your customer's intent is, even if someone is searching for something more complex, like in this case, red t-shirts in size M or on sale, so you want all items to match, they have to be fully fitting the search results. As you could see, the left-hand side, it would return, a text-based search would return all kinds of products that may have some of these words in them, in a title or description, but the customers actually only want to see these type of products. So only t-shirts in the right color, in the right size, that are on sale. So next, number 3, we want to talk about machine learning and AI. So this is something very crucial. You can have the right search results, as we have seen before, but if you don't have the right ranking, the product's ranking, it's just half as good. So you want to have great results plus great ranking. And as you could see here, as a contrast, the top left search results page on the very first for search for TVs returns good results, but not the best. So you could see here, the first 4 items are all TVs. They're quite boring. They're all the same brand, same size, not the same size, but same, pretty much same looking TVs, which is not really exciting. So with the machine learning turned on, the Celebros engine understands which products for which search terms need to be returned first. So this is quite important. It's like in a regular store, you want to place your most relevant TVs, your most interesting TVs on the shelf where everybody sees them, and you don't put them on the very bottom. You don't want to put them on the very top. Here in e-commerce, you have to put them on the first page, on the first row, the most relevant items. So this is why machine learning is so crucial. Number 4, the virtual merchandising is something that gives you a hand in merchandising your search results and your category pages, not only your search results, by the way, also your category page. You will be able to promote, and you should merchandise them as well, because a staff-picked set of products is always something that you want to have as an online retailer. You want to make sure that for specific search terms, like in this case, we have searched for Adidas running shoes, you get the results, the organic results, and now you have the option to promote like as many products as you want to the top. So you can pin them to the top. You can change the order of the promoted products as well. You can not only promote single products, but you can promote entire product groups. In this case, you may want to promote a specific color or a specific size or a specific gender, depending on what the search term is. So this is a really great tool that you will have access to, and you should merchandising, because merchandising is something that you have to imagine. It's kind of like the in-store marketing. And everybody talks about how important marketing is, but also marketing your product within your store is quite important. So you have to make sure that you have the tools to do that. Lastly, number 5 is something that's really amazing. This is not just talking about what's happening inside your store, but it's actually what's happening outside of your store, which is this, the traffic builder, which we have developed. It's a SEO traffic builder, which creates out of your top performing search terms. It creates landing pages automatically. It populates them with meta keywords, description, and everything that Google needs to index your now newly created landing pages. And now these landing pages are going to be indexed by all the search engines. And when someone is searching on Google for something that you do sell, your link will show up on the top page. As we've seen here with this customer of ours, Style Library, they have used this approach. they have turned their search links into static landing pages, which is really great. They have connected it with banner. So if you go now to Google and search for blue Sanderson paint, you will see that one of the first, if not the first, search results on Google is from Style Library, showing you the search links that are being generated by the Celebros engine. So this is a great tool, great way to actually increase the traffic into your site, and not just increase traffic, but increase quality traffic. You don't want to just get visitors. You want to get highly qualified visitors that actually, when they land on your site, on any page on your site, that actually the content on that page is relevant to what they were looking for in Google. So you may want to take a look at this great tool. And as I said, once it's set up, it's a setup of maybe a few hours maximum, but it has a great reach, and then it updates automatically on a daily basis, the content and search results. So check it out. So now we have talked about all these tips, and I hope you like them. But now let's take a look at the results. What you see here is the stats, the Google Analytics search results data for one of our customers. So this site has been launched, and you could see here on the top left the data, the revenue. This is a long-term study from the 1st of January 2019, reaching all over to the end of August 2020, which is a span of 20 months. So 20 months long-term study, comparing it to the previous 20 months, you could see that the site search conversion rate has increased by 70%, which is amazing. Just imagine your site search is generating, this is what's here in blue, it's generating $4.3 million, and this has been increased by 70%. So just imagine you would have much less year revenue if you would use a different search technology. So with the Celebros search technology, we were able to increase the site search conversion rate by 70% for this site. The site search revenue has increased even more because the number of sessions has increased as well. So this is also a good sign if the number of sessions increase. That means your customers like your search function on your site. They like to use the search box, which is a great sign. So yeah, that's it for me. I want to pass back on to Jeremy here. Jeremy.
Erwin, thank you. That's fantastic. So, hey, everybody, we know everybody's busy. And I wanted to leave you with about a 60-second story here that for me, just really hit home. And I don't know if anybody knows Seth Godin, fantastic author of some amazing books like Guerrilla Marketing and The Dip and Permission Marketing and stuff like that. But Seth told a great story once where he grew up in a bookstore. And what he said about today's world and about retailing and e-commerce was, he said, when I walk into a bookstore today, they don't rearrange the whole bookstore just for me because I walked in, right? They don't know me. They don't know what I like, and they don't put a table out front with all my books on it, right? That's what happens in the real world. But today's consumers expect you to do that when they go into your website, into your e-commerce, right? They literally expect it to be very relevant to them. They expect the search results, like Erwin was talking about, to be very intelligent and personalized to them. So it's a fascinating analogy to think that, consumers today actually do expect you to rearrange your store to who they are and what they want. So with that, if you go to the next slide, we just want to wrap up by saying we get that. And at Celebros, we offer a whole variety of tools that can actually do just that, right? Can like Erwin said, bring your store to life, because we're going to make everything on that page relevant to that person who showed up. So with that, we want to offer you a free trial if that's something you're interested in. If you're already using Celebros, great. Reach out to your account managers and talk to them about some of the additional features we might have. If you're new to Celebros, we'd love to give you a free trial so you could check it out and see how powerful it is. And so you could go here to the celebros.com/free trial, or you could reach out to Erwin and I. So with that, thank you so much, Erwin. Thank you for those great tips. And we wish everybody a great, safe, prosperous holiday season.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day and great holiday season.